welcome to the very first episode of The Whiteout. We're going to be bringing you ski news, gear reviews, snow reports and everything you love about being in the mountains. I'm Emily Sarsfield, I'm a GB Ski Cross Olympian, and I'm here with resident InTheSnow gear expert Rob Stewart.
Hi Emily, yeah, I've had a great winter. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's over, but I was looking around online yesterday and I found a video that absolutely summed up how I feel about this winter. I just could not get off the snow.
Pretty cute video. Here's one of Candide Tovex on his last run. I mean myself on my last run of the winter. Pretty epic skier, but I just thought because he wears his face mask up to here, I might be able to get away with that one. In all seriousness, let's do a little bit of a wrap up and have a little look forward to next winter. There's loads been going on. Yeah. What's been happening in the world?
Well, I've been following some of the developments this season in terms of new snow centres and artificial slopes around the world. Over in Serbia, in their biggest resort, Koponik, they've just built an 800-metre Neviplar slope. It's like an artificial slope. It means that they can open the resort 365 days a year. And then in Dubai, they're building the longest indoor ski slope ever in the world, 1.2 kilometres in length.
1.2 Ks, that is kind of like the length, if not longer, than some of the slopes we've got out there in the Alps.
Well, it's double the length of any indoor slope currently.
So if we don't want to travel as far as Dubai, what have we got going on in the UK snow scene?
There's loads going on here as well, Emily, in the UK. So in Swindon, there's been plans for an indoor ski slope for years, but those plans have finally been approved. And the artist's impressions are now available to see as well. So it looks like it's actually going ahead. In South Wales, in the valleys, we've got a new development in the pipeline, a new indoor ski slope as well. So huge amounts going on for the southwest of the country especially.
And we also mustn't forget it's the 10-year anniversary of Hemel Hempstead Snow Centre. So we're wishing them a big happy birthday as well.
In the US, there's new ski areas. In Europe, they've got new gondolas and new lift links. But I think our favourite one is the Bee. It's a new zip line in Val Thorens. They've already got a zip line there, but this one, that obviously wasn't enough. This one's 1,800 metres long above the resort, and it's rumoured to have cost 1.2 million euros.
Now, Rob, I've actually seen this zip line and it's absolutely epic. Personally, one of my favourite stories this winter is a study which was done by Crystal Ski Holidays, and apparently calories don't exist in the mountains, which is music to our ears. Apparently, 5 hours of skiing, a full day skiing, would burn about 2,940 calories. Wow. Now, your daily intake recommended intake is 2,000 calories, so that's 940 calories spare. So don't you worry about the tartiflette and the fondues. You might as well get involved.
You've got credit.
Yeah, you have. You've got credit.
So, Emily, in ski racing news this year, we've got a lot of developments going on. You know, we've seen the retirement of Lindsey Vonn and Axel Lund-Svindal. Great legends that they are, with no fewer than 118 World Cup victories between them. But, you know, obviously, Michaela Schifrin on the women's side and Marcel Hirscher on the men's side continue to dominate. But there are a few ski racers hot on their tails at the moment.
So that's going to really make the ski racing interesting to watch next season.
Yeah, definitely.
Finally, for those investors amongst us, if you're in the market to get your own ski area, I know I wouldn't mind owning my own ski resort. Soldier Mountain, the area formerly owned by none other than Bruce Willis, has just been put up for sale for $800,000. That's less than $1 million. So if you fancy getting me an early Christmas present,
I'm checking my bank account now.
You know what you can get me. So one of the biggest news stories this winter has got to be the epic snow conditions, which these guys out in Idaho found out all too well. We're going to hand you over to Megan now, who's going to take us through the snow conditions across the globe this winter.
Thank you, Emily. As I'm sure you'll know, having been out in the mountains just very recently, the spring skiing conditions this year have been absolutely fantastic. And it's rounded off what's been a really great year of snowfall, no matter where you've been in the world, really. January saw a spectacular dump of snow in Austria, with 7 feet falling in 7 days in some areas, which is just practically unheard of. Now, of course, this did mean that resorts were kept busy, ensuring that their slopes were safe and accessible, but it also set many areas up incredibly well for the rest of the season. Indeed, Austria saw conditions this year that many skiers and snowboarders have described as comparable only to the powder fields of Japan, really. Conditions in Europe seemed to quieten down in February as the action headed across the Atlantic to the west coast of America, where February was the snowiest ever month in history for some Californian resorts. Mammoth Mountain and Squaw Valley have even announced that they'll be staying open until the 4th of July this year, so it seems like they're going to be celebrating that in the snow. As March began an unexpected and unprecedented end of summer snowfall in New Zealand, of all places, did lead Mount Hutt Resort resort to open for the weekend, which was over 3 months ahead of its official 2019 start date. And then as the season wound down towards the end of March, so did the snow until April hit, and Europe just got another dumping, with several resorts reporting over 1 metre of snow in 48 hours. This of course led to some fantastic spring skiing conditions across the Alps and the Dolomites, so Easter holidaymakers were really able to make the most of the snow and the sun and just have an absolutely fantastic time out there. If you're already having ski cravings, never fear, because you can still ski on snow even now, and glacier ski areas such as Teen, Des Alpes, Saas-Fee and Hintertux are on track to provide summer skiing, so there will be some snow out there for all you really keen skiers and snowboarders. So to round up, it's been a fantastic season for Europe and North America, but there is somewhere we haven't touched upon, and Rob, I believe that you've been spending some time there this season.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to visit the country of Georgia this winter. It's an amazing place. It borders Russia, Azerbaijan, Armenia and Turkey, and there's also a Black Sea coastline there as well. It's an incredible country. I went to Tbilisi, which is the capital. It's a really cool city. It's got loads of hipster bars and restaurants. It's really up and coming. But just 2 hours drive from Tbilisi is the resort of Gdari. It's really established. It's been there for years and years now, but they've put some investment in recently. New lifts, new gondolas have gone in this winter. So you could almost do a city break in Tbilisi and combine that with a ski trip to Gdari as well. Even more interestingly, especially if you're into off-piste skiing, is the region of Svaneti. The valley is amazing, huge mountains. It looks a little bit like the Chamonix Valley. Big mountains over 5,000 metres high there as well. There's a resort called Tetnoldi, which is very new, couple of years old, 4 chairlifts in there, and there's a little resort in the town as well. Tetnoldi is about half an hour drive, but lots of off-piste opportunities, and there's a new heli ski operation. I also got to visit a brand new ski resort that's still being developed. They're still building the road, but it is really amazing. Loads of tree skiing, and it's on the southern end of the country on the Turkish border. It's about 3 hours drive from the Black Sea resort of Batumi, which in itself is a pretty cool place. You could combine a beach holiday in Batumi with a ski holiday to Gdańsk as well. So Georgia, fantastic food, amazing wine. They make their own wine there, oldest winemaking country in the world. I absolutely loved the experience I had there, and I'll definitely be going back.
So goggles, ski goggles, talk to me about them. What am I going to choose?
One of the most important things is comfort, so I would always recommend go down and try your goggles before you buy them. Try them with your helmet especially. Yes,
this is super important, guys. You do not want the gap between the helmet and where the goggles start. Making sure they fit is good.
It is, it's really important. The other thing is lens tint. So there's different lens tints for different conditions. Even the mid-range goggles these days, they tend to come with 2 lenses that you can easily interchange. So for example, you'll get, for a sunny day, you'd put on that darker lens tint. And for a cloudy day or a snowy day, you might want to have a yellow lens or a clearer lens. It just gives you that clearer vision.
So in technology, what's going on with next year?
Well, I'm really lucky to be able to go to a trade show, huge trade show in Munich in February, and look at all the new stuff that's coming through for next winter. I picked up a couple of things this year on the goggle side. This one is it's from Smith, goggle manufacturer Smith. It's called the 4D Mag. The cool thing about this is that it has an interesting lens that gives more vision below you. So there's lots of spherical lenses that give peripheral vision, but this one, the 4D Mag from Smith, it allows skiers and snowboarders to see more easily below them, which I guess is really important. One of the other things I found this year at the trade show were these goggles from Oakley, and I know that you have tried them out, Emily, so why don't you...
I certainly have, yeah. These are the Oakley Prism React, and these are a little bit of a game changer for me, because you've talked earlier about changing of the lenses, and these are actually 3 lenses in one, so there's no need to mess about changing your lenses. If you press on one side, it makes the lens lighter, so it's really good for a cloudy day, and then you press on the other side, it makes it darker into your average day skiing, and again, if it's a bright sunny day, you can get an even darker lens tint on them. So that's pretty epic. And the good thing about it was I charged it once, it lasted for the whole 7 days I was away, and it only took maximum 7 seconds for that actual change in that lens.
I did try them out at the trade show, and they really do work. It's not a gimmick, it's pretty amazing.
So guys, in summary, when you're going to choose your goggles, you're looking for something which is comfortable, a lens tint which is going to suit you, and the lens shape which is perfect for your peripheral vision. If you can blow the budget a little bit, there are these goggles which are going to be on the market for next season, which are game changers.
So, Emily, I know you've had a fantastic season this year racing yourself, but what's been happening overall on the GB snow sports scene?
Yeah, so we absolutely love to see our British athletes killing it on the mountains. First of all, let's start with the legend James Woods. He was out at Park City in Utah and took the World Slopestyle Championship. So he is our very own British world champion. His teammate also, Izzy Atkin, she took another bronze medal in the big air this time to match her bronze from Pyeongchang last year in the slopestyle.
Well, there's been loads going on in the alpine ski scene as well for Great Britain. Dave Riding, of course, once again in the top 10 world rankings in slalom skiing. And I just remember sitting down on New Year's Day and watching that dual slalom event in Oslo. And when Dave came second, it was absolutely fantastic. And I just think it's a matter of time before he wins one of the World Cup slalom races.
Now, talking about winning, we've seen Charlie Guest this year take the top spot in the Europa Cup finals, but she's actually been back and forth to the UK because she's been battling with rehabilitation and a bad back. So for her to take that result was unreal. Also in the Europa Cup finals, we had 5 medals from our moguls team. So it's amazing to see them up-and-coming athletes as well. What else has been going on?
Well, Andrew Musgrove on the cross-country side, you know, an amazing athlete. He's been training for years now, but he's really getting some amazing results on the cross-country circuit. And he's beating the Scandinavians at their own game. You know, they're scratching their heads wondering what's going on because there's a British guy that's coming along and beating us at cross-country ski racing. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable athlete, that guy.
And then also on the telemark ski racing side, you know, telemark skiing doesn't always get the recognition it deserves, in my opinion. And Jasmine Taylor, she's been racing now for years, but she's getting some fantastic results and podium positions in both World Cup and World Championship ski races.
Now, we mustn't forget our para-athletes who, I mean, they've been absolutely smashing it from Pyeongchang last year and it's not stopped. Menrin Jen took home yet another 2 World Cup globes in the speed events. And Owen Pick, who's one of our snowboard athletes, he was in the bank slalom and took a silver medal in the World Para Championships. So it's amazing to see all this talent and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next season.
Yeah, I can't wait till next season. It's going to be amazing.
So, Rob, you got the opportunity to meet an absolute ski legend this season, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. An absolute legend, Glen Plake. And if you don't know who Glen Plake is, check out The Blizzard of Ours. It was a film made in the 1990s and it put extreme skiing on the map. You know, for me, he's a real hero. And I was at the SIGB on-snow test in Pila in Italy and I saw him. He works for Land Skis now and I saw him there. And I ended up going skiing with him, which was absolutely incredible. It was a real dream come true. And you know, to be skiing with your hero, looking behind you, and he's on my tail.
Right, no, Rob, so looking behind you, so you're saying that you're faster than Glen Plake?
Well, I'm not saying that, but he was following me around the mountain, and honestly, I had to pinch myself. It was absolutely amazing. And after that ski, Emily, I got the chance to interview him as well. Glen, how are you doing?
I'm great, man.
It was just so much fun to go skiing with you. What's next? We were chatting on the chat about all sorts of things.
They say everything comes in circles, and I know you have some in your background. I got a lot in mind. I want mogul skiing to come back. I want social mogul skiing. Not World Cup, not Olympics. Good old-fashioned hanging out on the bump run with a bunch of friends on a hot spring day, enjoying ourselves. So maybe we should start talking about designing some new mogul skis.
Sounds good to me, Glen. As long as I get an invite for your first party on the slopes, I'm there.
No problem, yeah.
If you're like me and you're spending a bit of time in the gym, keeping up your fitness levels ready for next winter, then here's a little bit of workout inspo from Canadian snowboarder Sebastian Touton. Have you seen this, Rob?
No, I haven't.
Right, check this out. Wow. Pretty good setup, huh?
Do you do this, Emily?
Yeah, we do this a little bit in our off-season training and stuff, just for balance and stuff. Do you fancy giving that one a go?
No.
Leave that to the pros, huh?
I could do the juggling bit.
Oh, well, I'm out when it comes to juggling. Yeah. We've all had an awesome season enjoying the snow. From cows, a little bit tough, to dogs, pretty cute, and everyone in between. If you fancy sharing any of your highlights with us, or if you've got any questions you'd like us to cover on next season's episode, make sure you comment below or send us an email at hello@inthesnow.com. We'd love to hear from you and we'll see you again next season.
See you next winter.